Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rock, where we talk about biblical theology, Christian living, and we dive into some of these Christian biblical issues that we'd love to have a conversation about, or these are the questions that a lot of people have that might not have the opportunity to ask. Last week, I made a video about, are we saved by faith or are we saved by grace? And when we dove into the scriptures, we found out that our salvation comes by grace alone, by the love and mercy of God. And through that love and relationship we have with God, works are a result of that. Today, I want to dive into what are these works that will come from our relationship with God. In the New Testament, Jesus points to this specific situation multiple times, starting right in James, where we talked about it is by our works our faith is revealed. Jesus talks about a story where there are religious leaders standing in the town square, or where a lot of people would gather in their village or town, and people will come up that are hungry or thirsty or in some kind of need, asking for prayer. These Sadducees would say, or Pharisees or religious leaders would say, okay, I'll pray for you, go in peace, and then do nothing about it. And I think this is an issue that a lot of people have with the church or the Christian faith or any a religion in itself, is that they see a lot of people praying or doing things on their own without actually putting in any effort to do anything about these things. God calls us sometimes to be the answer to that prayer, or to be that miracle that people are looking for. He says in James 2:14-17 that if somebody asks you for food and you have the opportunity to do it, you should give it. If somebody is thirsty and you have the opportunity to give them water, you should do it. Luke 10:30-37 is a parable that a lot of people know, called the Good Samaritan. This is a parable where we find somebody that is traveling down a pretty dangerous road, and he comes alongside of a bunch of people that end up beating him and robbing him, and he's laying there on the side of the road. And through the parable, we see these maybe society elite, whether it's a priest or a doctor or a lawyer, and they start walking down this road and see this person in need, and they will go out of their way so they don't have to encounter the issue. And then along comes a person that a lot of people would not think would come alongside and help. He picks the man up, takes him to the inn, and then covers any need that he wanted. We see in Matthew 25:31-46, Jesus also talks about a parable about the difference between what a goat is and what a sheep is. And he splits the difference where a goat is wild and crazy. He's not easily to be taught, and they do their own thing, and they go astray all the time. And Jesus constantly talks about his people as the sheep, those that are guided by him. Those are those that he can bring alongside him, and he can look after, and they just follow what he says. And he tells us in this parable, in this teaching, that by his separation is going to come by what they do, whether they are feeding those in need, those that need clothes. Are you giving them clothes? Those that are hungry, are you feeding them? He goes, by these works, I will tell the difference between the goat and my sheep. And at the end, he says, I'm going to separate them, where my sheep are going to continue to follow me in paradise, and the goats will be separated. Right? John 9:3-4 says that all that we do, we should do for the work, for the one who sent us, for the one that we have a relationship with. Okay? Our works should be a reflection of our character and our relationship with Jesus. Right? The things that we do should not come from boastful things, should not come to state that I am working my way to grace or to heaven. It is already by the grace of God that we have salvation. And it is through that understanding and appreciation and love and relationship with God that our works will overflow, that we can do something good about it when the opportunity arises. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to find somebody that is really sick and then go to college for 20 years to find a cure for cancer. Now, that is all great and grand. If you have the opportunity to do that, please do. But if you have an opportunity to help with a mission or to come alongside someone, have a conversation, make them feel wanted or seen, those are amazing ways to do it also. God wants us to use the skills and talents that He has given us to make a difference in the opportunities and doors that God has given us, that He has opened up for us. So in this video, I want to encourage everyone out there to just look for the open opportunities to make a difference in somebody else's life. If you see somebody in need and you have the capabilities and resources to do something about it, I encourage you to do it. And I speak from experience. When you start going through and taking these opportunities and seeing the outcomes of what can happen by it, you will continue to make more and more strides to go through those open opportunities and doors. Again, thank you so much for watching these videos. If you have any questions or maybe examples of how you've helped somebody, or somebody that's gone out of the way to help you, that was an answer to a prayer or was a miracle or godsend, you would say, please put it in the comments below. Like and share these videos. And again, thank you for watching The Rock, and we'll see you next time.